Welcome back to Westmoreland on the Gridiron as we roll along here on the Westmoreland Sports Network, and we roll right into our Week 7 Westmoreland Sports Network Player of the Week. He is Ty Keffer, part of that Keffer connection over at Southmoreland. The junior had a decent game, 9 catches, 160 yards, 6 touchdowns last week, and also intercepted 2 passes on defense in the Scotties' victory over the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. I say you had 9 catches, Ty. I guess you actually had 11 because you caught 2 from the opposing quarterback. What a game for you, man. Thanks a lot for taking some time out here tonight to join us.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to be on here.
Ty, let's jump right into it. You know, some receivers are happy to catch 6 touchdown passes in a single season, let alone a game. Have you been able to digest what you did and how big of a game that you and Kaden had together?
No, till like since that happened, it's been incredible. It's like NFL stats. Like just it's incredible to have 6 thrown passes and catches just by like two players in one game.
Do you play fantasy football?
Nope.
Okay, well, if you did and you played high school fantasy football, so you made some people very happy this week. I don't know anyone that actually does play high school fantasy football, but wow, that would have been a ton of points.
I heard.
So I have to kind of put you on the spot a little bit here, Ty. Out of the 6 touchdowns, which one did you like the most? And can you take us through that play?
I liked the 3rd touchdown. I think we were down 15-21. It was like 47 seconds left in the second quarter. And we were on the goal line. It was like 3rd down. And so I was like talking to Kaden. I was like, Kaden, we got to score here. We got to get the tempo because we were going to get the ball in the second half. So we did a little trick play where they put me in motion, and I scored, and that's the one I liked because it got all the kids, all the teammates hyped, and everyone in the crowd hyped before the second half.
Yeah, it's always important when you can score at the end of the first half and then get the ball. Did you guys end up putting it in the end zone then early in the second half or on the first drive or no?
No, we gave them the ball.
Okay. Well, hey, I mean, you still had that opportunity. So a little bit of a trick play there. That's a lot of fun. And you know, Tim Bukowski, your head coach, such a great offensive mind. What's it like playing for him and being able to, you know, put up a lot of points like you guys have had this year and, you know, run some trick plays and things like that?
Coach, I love Coach Tim. He believes in me. He believes in the team. So every time he thinks I can beat someone, he'll throw it up. He'll just in for the whole team. Everyone loves him. He's just a guy to be around that everyone likes, and he can everyone trusts him.
Well, I almost nominated you and Kaden as a tandem this week because, you know, he was throwing the touchdown passes to you. So talk a little bit about what kind of relationship you have with Kaden Keffer, your quarterback. You're both the same age, and kind of how that relationship helps you guys on the field.
Me and Kaden have been best friends throughout high school. Like every time we see each other in high school, I mean, like in the halls, we give each other like a fist bump and everything. It's just like a trust thing. He trusts me, I trust him. Like in high school, you talk to them a lot. So like even about lunch and stuff, it's just like about trust. He throws it, I go and get it, and then it's just like that.
Well, then it makes a lot of sense that you guys have like the. I know you're young, but the Montana to Rice connection. I mean, you can throw the best quarterbacks and the best receivers out there, and you guys certainly have that. I guess telepathy it would be, on the field. Win or lose, your offense has really put up a lot of points this year, with the exception of those losses to Deer Lakes and Elizabeth Forward. Only 6 points in those 2 games total. However, since those 2 losses, you were able to put up 78 points in the last 2 games. So did anything change offensively? What kind of got you guys back on track, do you think?
When we lose, we don't pity about it. We don't take it personal. We get back on the field and we just keep working hard. Like no one cares about the losses. We just care about next week and the next week after that. Like we just don't, pass it by.
Yep, get it out of your memory. So you play on the defensive side of the ball as well. Again, I mentioned 2 interceptions last week. Were you happy with the way you guys played defensively against Greensburg Salem, especially in that second half? It seemed like you guys buckled down.
Yes, always in the second half we do our best. Like even the line had 3. I think it was 3 people. They showed up against their 5 or 6 or whatever it was. But we had some subs. Like we had some young kids in. We had Lewis Maines in for someone else. We have Kaden Matthews. He's a freshman safety. Mm-hmm. So and they make plays. So when we need them to make plays, they'll make plays.
Well, and I mentioned, you're just a junior. Caden's only a junior. You just talked about some of the younger guys. And I know that you're in a good position to make the playoffs this year, but are you kind of looking at the bigger picture too, knowing that, hey, we have a chance to be really good next year too?
Yeah, we're probably going to be like one of the best teams in the like WPIL next year. We're not WPIL, but like our section, because most people are losing their seniors, and that's like what their team is. We're like keeping everyone except for we're losing like some O-line and some like a running back. But like other than that, our defense is going to be like the same, and same with the offense.
Talking with Ty Keffer here, our Westmoreland Sports Network Player of the Week for Week 7. Ty, a really interesting story too, because you didn't play football last year. I believe the last time you played was in 6th grade. And so what brought you back out to play football here in 11th grade? And I'm sure you're very happy that you decided to come back out. But what made you decide to come back?
So one was Coach Fred. He was, after every basketball game, he came up to me and he tried to get me back in the game. Like I was like, no. And then every time he kept coming up, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll play. I'll try it out. And then I was out there. And the next part was my friends. They were like, Ty, just come play. Just try it out. If you like it, you can stay. So I was like, yeah, I'll try it out.
And the rest is history. That's for sure. You still have a bunch of games to go here in your career. So I did want to ask you, about Coach Fred. You just mentioned he was the guy that brought you back to football. And he was going to be your next head coach, and just so tragic that he passed away. How did the team kind of come together emotionally? I mean, did that make you an even closer team, trying to just kind of rally around one another?
Yeah. So even like after he passed away, everyone was so emotional, and everyone just started lifting each other up, saying, well, they'll just do it like the season for him. And as you can see, they are. But like even in the locker room, when the pregame speech, we make sure to talk about Coach Fred all the time. And we even put this thing up. So when we go out of the locker room, like we slap, it's like a quote with his picture on it. Wow. We slap that just for him.
Oh my goodness. That gives me chills just hearing that. And I'm sure it gives you guys chills every time, you go out onto the field. So I asked you kind of what got you back into football, I guess. What are some of the things you like best about playing the sport now that you're back into it?
Oh, just everything about it. The team, the catches, I'd say highlights, but I don't want to be too cocky. I don't want to go that, but it's just great. The team's amazing. The team's great.
Yeah, I know you just want to win, but when you catch 6 touchdown passes, it's not a bad thing to go back in a huddle or whatever and look back. Yeah, look back, and there's nothing wrong with that. I know you're a 3-sport athlete. You also play hoops, as you mentioned. You also play baseball. What are some of the things you like to do when you're less busy? I guess I see you're in your gaming chair there. I know you like to do that a little bit, right? Yeah.
So when I'm not doing a sport, basically I'm not doing anything. Like when I have football or something, I come home and just go out and shoot basketball in the back. Like when I'm not doing a sport, I just lay in my bed basically. Like when I'm doing baseball, I get home, I go shoot basketball. It's just sport after sport.
Just never stops. And that's awesome, because I feel like there are less and less kids that play multiple sports, and that's great that you continue to do that. Now, I know you've kind of splashed onto the scene football wise, and you still certainly have some time left, but would you like to play a sport in college, and are you leaning towards any of them specifically?
No, it's just, I guess, whatever goes better. Mm-hmm. Basketball, I'm not really leaning towards baseball because it's just like a fill-in sport, so I stay athletic. But basketball and football are definitely where it's at.
One final thing for you, Ty. I mean, you guys are in a really good spot right now in the conference in terms of being in a playoff spot. What do you guys have to do well? I mean, you're obviously facing a really, really good team in Bell Vernon this week. What do you have to do to pull an upset? I'd
say it stops Quentin Martin. He's an athlete. Yeah. It's going to be hard, but I think during this game, like where we sit with them will determine how like the playoffs go. Because they're a good team. Of course, they're a good team, but they have some other athletes that are like under the shadows. So we just got to go out there and try our hardest. Like I said before, if we win or lose, just pass it behind your head.
Do you personally get excited to play against a kid like that and Quentin Martin, who's a Division I athlete?
Yeah, because I think he's going to be on me. So it's just going to be a fun time.
Seriously, man, enjoy it. I mean, those are times you'll remember years down the road. Like, maybe when Quentin, who knows, maybe he'll be in the NFL someday. You never know. That's something you'll never forget, win or lose. So
yeah, it'll be fun. I hope I make some plays. I mean, I could, and
absolutely.
He could. So
hey, you got to have that confidence, man. Go out there and leave it all on the field for sure.
Exactly.
For sure. Ty, thank you so much. This was great. And hey, you're only a junior. Hopefully we get to talk again soon.
Yes.
All right. That is Ty Keffer. Thank you, buddy. That is Ty Keffer from the Southmoreland Scotties, our Week 7 Westmoreland Sports Network Player of the Week. We will be back to preview Week 8 games right after these messages on Westmoreland on the Gridiron.